there everyone, and welcome back to Napoleon Total War 3 with this Papal States campaign. In between episodes I've gone ahead and speed things up a little bit, as we are on episode 19, and there's still quite a lot of French troops left, although I'm hoping we're slowly strangling them out here. So, in the meantime, what has happened was that the Prussians declared war on me. Twice. And so I had to give up the Baden-Württemberg area as well as the Alsace-Lorraine area and give it up to the Prussians. Otherwise, they would declare war on me. And as we can see, I've also given up Bavaria to them. I could have created them into a vassal state, but I did that with the others. And Prussia declared war on them quite quickly, so there was no point in that. For this episode, what we're going to do is we're not going to concentrate on areas to give to Prussia. We are concentrating on recapturing northern Italy as we lost it, as kind of a retaliation by the French as they moved in to weaken us by taking out our centers. So they took Venice and Milan. They have an army stationed right here, and they've got a couple of armies ready to march down in here. As we can see, they're lining up. Napoleon is nowhere to be seen right now, but I'm sure the bastard is out here somewhere. Hopefully, the Prussians, now with a wealth of territories, can actually fight back against the French, retake the capital and actually push them out and do something useful. Also, I'm kind of hoping that the Russians will wake up and maybe move in onto the Hungarian plains. I doubt they'll go for Transylvania. There's way too many vampires and woods in the way. But hopefully they might be able to at least come in through here and occupy a few armies of the French. Anyways, with all that said, we've got a few moves to make. So, this army, I want to move it up right onto the bridge right here, and we're going to see about defending that there. What I want to do is I basically want this army to be forced to attack me at the bridge. I think that's my best chance at destroying them. Then I have gathered both these armies right here, and what I want to do is I want to strike out Innsbruck. Doesn't have much of a garrison, so I'm hoping this is a pretty good out-resolve. So we can quickly move on to take this, then this will be the main battle of the video, and then after that we can continue on and take these two. So we end up taking all these three territories. And our new line, where we will be gathering all three armies, will be through here. And then there will be a push to go through towards Vienna. We'll re-establish the Austrians. And then we see the best we can to try and give them as much land as possible. And as we are going along with that, France is losing territory very quickly. So currently the French, they hold from Berlin down to Belgrade. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 territories. I'm hoping to take out 3, so that would leave them with 9. And some of these territories are not producing a lot for the French. Although it was not that great that the Prussians managed to lose Saxony or Dresden and Berlin. That obviously added a lot of money to the French. What I could see about doing is, as we become stronger and France becomes weaker, I could tell my vassals, which I've got 3 here, all trading with the French right now. So we got the Royal French, they've got all of France now. They are actually trading with the French, although I'm pretty sure I'm raiding this trade, so nothing is going through. Then we got the Romanians trading with them through the land route. Currently, I don't think they're strong enough to stand up against the French, but basically I want them to declare war so that there's no trade. And then we've got the Greeks. The Greeks are stronger, but I also kind of doubt that they would be strong enough to deal with the French. It's more about closing out the trade. We want to slowly but surely strangle the French. As of right now, they have actually lost in their wealth status. So it's down to rich, and this is the wealth as far as it's based on how much money they make per turn. So it's fallen from spectacular to rich. So they're not making as much as I'm doing, which I'm making 33,000 per turn. It still leaves a pretty penny for the French. But there's that. We're gonna have our main army go ahead and attack and start the siege. And then we're gonna have the second army under Pietro come in. And it comfortably puts me at a lead over them. Just for safety, I want to out-resolve so that I don't lose too many troops. Even then, the Bavarian region's got a big supply depot, and the Tyrol region also got a big supply depot. And there we have it. The out-resolve went through. I lost 700 men out of my 9,000 deployed, and the enemy lost all of their troops. In terms of the highest kills, it goes to a line infantry regiment. But there's nothing interesting to be said about this. We're going to go ahead and peacefully occupy this. We're going to go ahead and start repair this. We've got really great replenishment rate. And I'm going to have Pietro move down and take control of this supply depot to make sure that we hold it, as it is vital to the continuance here. Actually, maybe I should move him on. We can't actually move him onto the bridge. Now, if he attacks... If this army goes ahead and attacks Pietro, that's actually better, because it's a better army. But I kind of prefer them to attack here, because these guys will be able to get their strength up, and then maybe I'll be able to divert both of them to different locations. So one would go for Milan, and the other one would go for Venice. Oh yeah, and as I said, my navy is currently blocking all the trade between France and the Greeks and the Royal French. Someone mentioned in the comments just before here, we would go ahead and end turn, about they wanted me to liberate Spain from the British, and I don't think this campaign is popular enough to continue it beyond the 3 goals that I have set. So declaring war on the coalition, which it basically will be, unless I somehow... Though the British they're not allied with me, but they are allied with the rest of the coalition. So that could bring me into a world of hurt for just a few battles against the British, and I don't think it's really worth it. I think we want to see something new, as we're closing in on 20 episodes for this. But enough talking, I've done enough of an introduction to this episode, so let's go ahead and end turn and see what our enemies come up with. Interesting! I think this is a really good showing, I would say. This is a really good showing. The French wants peace. The thing about that, though, is this serves me not at all. Rifled cannons is actually really bad, because it improves the naval artillery. However, that's not my main concern. I would want to see if he would be willing. That is not. I want him to hand over these 2 territories to me. Would he agree to that? The thing is, I don't really want peace. So I will force him to give up something else as well. I want him to give up the coast as well to me. No. The French did not agree to my peace terms, my counteroffer, and so their army attacks at the bridge here. Now, the bad thing about this is, of course, that the good thing is that I will hold this river crossing, which will be mighty good to defend, and I can slaughter tons of troops trying to come over. The problem here is they've got guard artillery, which is super accurate. 92 accuracy. God damn it, that's sniper-like. 80 accuracy. That's crazy amount of accuracy. And they will absolutely shred my cannons if they get a sighting of them. So that's not great. But we will try our best to hold the French off. So let's go ahead and defend this bridge. As it turns out, I'm very lucky indeed. The French have decided to deploy their guns over here, and so they're firing straight into this mountainside. Now they are able to fire into the mountainside and have a few shots get bounced across. Oh, this cannon, you don't want to be standing in the way of that. Let's move quickly now. And then I want all three guns, all three batteries, to find their targets and open up on the enemy. Let that canister rip through. Did we just fire a round shot with one of these? That was not the idea. A little bit underwhelmed with the canister. The thing though is these cannons reload really quickly. And so while it does not pack the punch of a 12-pounder, I've got 9 of these guns that will constantly be firing shrapnel on the enemy. So I think we have a pretty good chance of winning this battle, as we will continuously be firing on an advancing enemy. Our enemy is beaten. There was a little bit touch and go on this side as they were able to break down one of my regiments. However, I had a total of 5 on this side. Actually 4. That I could bring up and defend. And as it is now, the enemy is in full retreat. All I need to do is go across, take out their artillery, and the enemy is done for. And so, I will declare this a resounding victory. And here's the result of that. The enemy army lost most of their army. They deployed 3,500 men. They lost 2,500, leaving them with roughly 800 men. We deployed close to 5,000 men, lost 700. We've got 4,000 after the battle. When it comes down to the highest kills, we got one of the 6-pounder batteries at 700 and the rest at 400. That's kind of interesting that these end up with 400 and this one's almost double. What I can see is that it's only had 2 before the battle, and it's now up to 6, I believe. And that should make it the A1 battery, so it was the membership battery. Wonderful battle. We cut down the enemy. I was hoping that was my general that gained something, but unfortunately that was not the case. Where are you going? You're heading... Oh, you're heading all the way over there to check what's that. Right. With that, this army is thoroughly beat and should be quite an easy out-resolve. I want this army to lay siege to Venice now. And it's an easy victory. This one, we're not going to fight them just because we've already kind of down quite a few numbers. I'm gonna demand surrender, and we're gonna peacefully occupy. Wonderful. Go ahead and start repairing, and we're doing pretty well in... well, not actually at all. We're doing really poorly in terms of replenishment. I'm gonna send my spy up here to take a look, but we're back in control of this area. The Prussians were not able to hold Bavaria, so I think we go north, actually, and crush this force. Should be an easy out to resolve, and it is. Since the Prussians can't hold it, I'm gonna liberate it is Bavaria, and I'm sure the Bavarians will be able to hold on to that, or at least better than the French. And then we'll head back down. Where are you going? So you're heading over there. Actually, what I need is for this spy to head up to Berlin. I want to see what they've got up there, because currently it looks like it's low garrison here, so I could retake that. Oh, I already got a spy on my way to Berlin. I imagine the only force the French got in the region is whatever is stationed in Berlin. So if I go ahead and take that out, that should do just fine. Pietro will go ahead and strike, kill the remnants of this army. Looks like an easy out-resolve, and it is. We are able to win the battle with only losing about 300 men, and we make a beeline directly towards northern Italy and taking out Milan. Given the bloody battles and so on we have fought, I'm surprised we haven't actually gained any stars for our generals. There's still 3 stars, both of them. I'm most surprised of this. He's 4-star actually. So he's gained, I think he's gained 1, but you would think they would gain more after all these victories they've had. Let's go ahead and lay a siege on that. The army can sit there and rot. Is there anything else I need to do? Oh, look at that! Kutuzov! The Russians listened to me, and they have actually made it to the Hungarian plain. Hopefully they'll strike here, and at least do a little bit of damage. So I still kind of don't want to focus right at the center of the French, but as we keep pushing them further and further away, it looks like the sort of the center of the French hubcap is now right here around Vienna, which makes sense. They kind of made it into a second Paris as they make another Arc de Triomphe here. Right, I want to see what's up here, and a little bit like out in the areas, but otherwise it looks really good, and we should be able to take this, and everything should be fine. Now I'm sure the Prussians will go ahead and declare war on the Bavarians, and I'll have to abandon the support for them. Oh, they are, yeah, the Prussians are really unhappy with them. Also, I really want to retake the Milan area, because that will connect my capital to the port again, the port of Genoa, so I can trade with all my small little shit vassals everywhere. Anyways, let's go ahead and enter and hope that Napoleon does not set his sights on the sunken city. Napoleon had other business than to deal with us and our watery cities. He went after Kutuzov and defeated him. Now we can see Napoleon has lost some troops, but they're regaining them really quickly. Have they They just have really good replenishment rate, I guess. There's more Russians coming though, so that's great. And they even brought the big old unicorns. Focusing French efforts here means that I might be able to slip through here. And the Bavarians actually live for at least this turn. With this, what I want to go ahead and do is I want to move in, take control of this. Let's spare the populace a battle, and let's just have the defenders surrender. We're gonna rebuild this, get the resupply rate going. Actually, what I'll do is I'll move into this area, so I'll get the good rate. I will be setting up trade routes after the episode, I think. And then this army will now be heading to cut off the French. So we'll have Pompey Gambrelli going this way, and then I think these two combined will... I don't know if I'll make a push directly for Vienna because it's strong, but what I could do is I could actually move down through here and at least maybe set these areas on fire and cause a little bit of a problem for the French. We got a spy moved in there. Where was I sending you? I was sending one guy to Berlin, but he's right here. Now I want to see what they've got there. Okay, so they've got quite a bit of troops in this area. And they've got German grenadiers. So yeah, they're struggling to recruit French troops because they don't hold any French lands anymore. So they've got a lot of these auxiliary troops, Saxon troops here, and German troops up here. We're gonna have this spy move. Actually, now we've got spies in one of these locations only, actually. Maybe I'll have this spy. When I get spy control, I see everything in the province, right? So maybe we should put him here, because if I have full control and see all of the Hungarian lands, then that is a massive amount of land that I will be able to view. Where did the guy go that I was sending all the way out here? I don't know. But he's gone for now. Right, I think that's it for this episode. I think I've done enough. This episode was more of a talkative episode, as I out-resolved a lot of my battles, but I kind of feel like we're a little bit done. Right, we're getting to the end. I want to set up for like a final confrontation with Napoleon and break him down. Oh, damn. Okay, so the French have moved in and they've taken Poland. That's an odd one. Continuously here we keep pushing them and pushing the French. And they get closer. But at least I think the Russians, hopefully, can stand stalwart now and hold against the French without them being able to get more of like the better French troops from their home regions as we push them further and further away. I don't think they will have such an easy time to get through here. And eventually we'll squash them here. Now I think that I'll be able to do a little bit more work in between episodes. But I think it's more setting up, and I won't do any major battles. But we'll try as best as possible to kind of move this towards its conclusion. Alright, we need to defeat Napoleon already, right? Actually, you can go head up to Warsaw. And you head out to there. And I got a new spy. And it would actually be great if I could see Greater Poland, because that's a big province and it'll give me lots of ideas of what the French got going here, as the French have, at the furthest, they made it all the way up to Vilnius in Lithuania. So there could be a lot of French troops, so it's going to be interesting to see what they've got there. It sort of pisses me off a little bit that I'm here reducing the French financial power by taking as much territory as possible. And then the Great Alliance, the coalition, keeps losing territories. The bloody Prussians, which I was talking about how the war is going to hinge on the Prussians, and the Prussians have done jack all, really. They have not, in any significant way, captured territory of the French. They've only stolen what I captured, the bastards. But yeah, we'll see where we end up with this. So hopefully by the next one we should have, I think I'll have some kind of confrontation or battle set up around this area, so we'll kind of close out at least this, and so the new front will be going from Prague and Bohemia towards here, and maybe we can do a pincer maneuver where Pietro comes in from the south and Gambrelli comes then later down from the north, and we'll see about having a proper confrontation against Napoleon. I don't believe I've fought Napoleon, right? We have had him close in on our territory, but we've never actually fought him. So I think that it would be nice to leave that for the last bit. Like, we have our own, we give him his own Waterloo, but in this case we're far away from Waterloo, so whatever it's gonna be, but you know the implications of Waterloo. Right. With that said, we're gonna end the episode right here. So I'll say, as I always say, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.